Okay, so this is for me a bit of a weird video because you know what is my stance on meme coins. I absolutely hate them. However, in Dogecoin, I am actually kind of optimistic because the signs that I'm seeing in this area, especially in this move on the downside that we got recently. Now, before that, let me tell you this. The overall possibility in Dogecoin, I think, can actually be bullish, meaning we can argue this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up in form of an expanding leading diagonal. And no, in here, trust me, wave 3 is not the smallest wave. This chart is on logarithmic scale, and if I just put it on regular, there we go. Now let's zoom in more and see what is happening. As you can see, this wave 3 is definitely bigger than our wave 1. So I have checked the rules before. All of them do actually apply to this structure being potentially an expanding leading diagonal. And this is important. Followed by that, starting from the highest side, I believe we are having a correction structure. And after our correction is over, we may see a big move up in order to set an all-time high and take the highest side. And let's just hide everything. There we go. As you can see, in this move in Doge, we haven't actually taken the highest side right in here, about 72 cents. So for me, makes sense to say that after this correction is over, we are going to get that blow off top phase. Now, in terms of midterm structures, we actually do not look necessarily optimistic. Why is that? Because this initial move on the upside off of the lowest low in Doge, about 4.9 cents, in my opinion, is actually an ABC zigzag and not an impulse. And when we were around these areas, I was saying, look, we can consider ABC up into wave W, correction for wave X, and we can say we're going to have another ABC on the upside, this time in form of a zigzag. That's why in this area, I was bullish on Doge, and I was saying, you know what, maybe this is going to be 5 wave up into a correction for wave B, and we may have another move up into our C leg in order to complete the sub waves for, you know what, a WXY in form of a double zigzag to about here. Now, you are going to say at the moment, well, okay, this is a WXY, which means we are going to get a move down in order to set new lows. Ideally, you are actually correct, and we may go down and set new lows, but after it, I'm gonna say that we are probably going to get another very strong bull run in order to, again, I'm gonna say it, set an all-time high and take the highest side somewhere around 72 cents. Why is that? You see, in my opinion, there's a good chance in Doge we are having in this phase a correction down and not an impulse. Why is that? If you want to say that we're gonna have the end of our move up overall right around this area, maybe this is like a very important support, then okay, off of the highest side in the region, you must be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. However, what do we have starting from the highest side, about 48.5 cents? This to me is a very, very clear A, B, C zigzag, and it kind of got confirmed when in this phase up in Doge, we took the height of our B leg. So this is one very important reason for why I would like to argue overall in Doge in this phase down, we are having a correction structure and not an impulse. The second reason is this. You see, in daily time frame, this move down actually happened a bit too fast. And as a result of it, we created a very, very clear gap somewhere between 36 to about 36.5 cents. And you know my stance on gaps. I believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled. And since this is actually kind of a high time frame gap, I'm gonna say there's like a very, very high chance that we are going to fill it. So when I combine this thing with the fact that it seems like we are having off of the highest side an ABC and not an impulse, that makes me say, you know what, maybe in Doge we are going to have at some point some more big moves on the upside. And this is it for today's update. And in the next video about Dogecoin, I'm going to tell you what is happening in this area and what can we expect from Dogecoin in the short term. So until the next update, have a wonderful time.